Hello, so if you want to learn a little bit more about how this pen works, we're going to be diving into doing some dermarolling or cosmetic needling and micro needling at home. But this session is going to be a nano needling session. So I thought I would share a little bit about it and use it for the first time, you know, on camera. Why not? It's more fun that way. And I have a little extra time today. So nano needling is a little bit different because you have different cartridges that go with this type of pen, and this one is just going to do the superficial layer of skin, so we're not going deep or anything like that. It's going to help penetrate all of the good products I'm going to use after into our skin that much deeper. So if you want to learn a little bit about this, then keep on watching. Okay, so before we begin any type of treatment on our face with the Dr. Pen A6, you want to make sure you have clean skin. So I've already cleansed my skin. What you use to cleanse can be your typical cleanser. It can be a glycolic acid cleanser if you want a little liquid exfoliation, or it can be your cream-based cleanser. Doesn't necessarily matter. Just make sure you start with a nice clean face. Okay, so we have our clean face. Next, I am going to do a real light exfoliation with a physical type of scrub. I know it sounds counterintuitive because we are kind of doing a little exfoliation with the nano needle, but I just want my skin nice and ready and prepped so that when we get to the infusion part, all the products will get in the top layer that much better. So I'm actually going to use Dr. Brandt's Microdermabrasion scrub, and I'm going to put it on my dry skin. If you have, you know, normal to oily, normal to dry combination skin, this would be a really good scrub for you. And yes, I am going to put it on dry because I just get that much better of an exfoliation when I do that. If your skin is super sensitive, then definitely add water right from the get-go so it's not as irritating to your skin. And I'm just going to rub this in a little bit for the application, and I am going to hydrate it a little bit. You can do that one of two ways. You can hydrate it with one of your favorite hydrating toners just to get a little slip, or I just happen to have the mineral spray handy, so I'm just going to do that. You can get, you can use maybe one of those continuous mists, put your favorite toner in those bottles, and then spray your face. And I'm just going to work this around for about a minute. Okay, so dermabrasion has been done. Now I'm going to do a sheet mask, and I'm really focusing on brightening because I have a lot of hyperpigmentation, sun damage, and when we use the sheet mask, it's going to help really hydrate the skin, and it's just going to allow products to get a little bit deeper when we have more hydrated skin as opposed to just putting products on dry skin. And it's still going to be beneficial when we use the nano needle. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to let this sit on my face for about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I am going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. And this little silly mask that I'm putting on top really, can't hear me, really helps your sheet mask work more effectively because it traps what's in the sheet mask between the silicone and your epidermis. So we're just going to get a better nano infusion after we get our skin nice and hydrated. Well, anytime you have extra product, always put it on the back of your hands, you guys, because that way you can get all the anti-aging skincare in your hands. This is where we really show our age. Take it from me, because it does show. But always reuse that on your back of your hands. Okay, our skin is prepped and ready. So let me just share a little bit about the pen. So this particular pen is Dr. Pen A6. And I bought this one because it's very versatile. So we can do the nano needling, which we're going to do today, but you can also adjust the pen depth as far as how deep the penetration is going to be into your skin. So you can use different needles with this pen. So if I were going to do a session that was a little bit, that falls under the category of, let's say, cosmetic needling or derma needling, that's when we're only going to use either a roller that has the needles where they're only 0.25 millimeter, or I can adjust the pen to be a 0.25 millimeter. And I like that flexibility. So you can get different cartridges for this type of pen for that reason. Anything higher, let's say you're going to do 0.5, is considered more micro needling because you're penetrating the skin that much deeper. Our skin itself, that top layer, is only about 1.5 millimeters, so you really don't need to go any deeper than that, especially if you're doing it at home. If you're doing it at home, make sure that you're following the right protocol and you have a good reference. So I will make sure I link the information on where you can find how to do more cosmetic or micro needling at home so you have the right info. But yes, so that's why I decided to invest in this particular pen, so you can have the flexibility of going either on the surface like today or that much deeper for collagen induction. So the Nano is going to be very, very flat. You can see it's just a very flat surface, whereas different type of needle is going to be a little bit longer and you might have more needles in the cartridge. So that information I'll try to put in the description box and where you can find that info as well. So because I'm focusing on brightening, I am going to infuse one of my new favorite serums. This is by East 29th. This serum has a lot of great ingredients in it. It's got hyaluronic acid, so it's going to help hydrate my skin. It's got niacinamide, so it's really going to help strengthen my skin's barrier. It's going to protect it from anything, any of those free radicals from entering into the skin. It's also going to help with brightening the skin and also help if I have any breakouts. And then it is full of vitamins C and E. So obviously vitamin C helps with hyperpigmentation, and these are great antioxidants working together to help, again, fight any free radical damage. Serum has been applied, so I'm just going to do circular motions, and I'm going to do, this is the initial speed. I'm going to do one more up from there. And I'm just going to do circular motions. And if I feel like the serum is a little bit too dry, maybe it's already absorbed, I will reapply more. But we're really just infusing all those good ingredients into the epidermis, the very superficial layer of our, the very superficial layer of our epidermis. And that's all I really want to do today. As far as when you do nano needling, you can actually do it morning or night. Today I happen to be doing it in the morning, just because of the time I have to film, but I will probably prefer to do these treatments more at night so that I can infuse a little bit more of my nighttime routine into my skin, where daytime I don't have too much products that I'm infusing usually or wearing during the day. So I'm actually going to take a second here to reapply some more serum and work on the other side. Another great serum you could use straight up hyaluronic acid. Your favorite hyaluronic acid would be fine. Another thing to consider is you want this to be pretty sterile. These needles are individually packaged, so do your best not to touch the tip of your needle at all once you've opened the package and put it on your pen. You also can take the nano needle and go down the neck, especially if you're someone that has hyperpigmentation. A lot of us have sun damage here. I sadly am one of them. So I am going to take this down my neck as well with that same serum. Okay, I'm all done. So what I'm going to do next is continue to layer and get that infusion going with my good ingredients. I want to hydrate a little bit more, even though I have a lot of hydration going on. A little bit more now because we're infusing. I'm going to use my black tea kombucha facial treatment essence. This is by Fresh Beauty. Oh my gosh, I love this stuff. I am telling you, if you have not tried it, it is worth a try. Good stuff. Next, I'm going to use, this is a new product. I have not tried it yet, but Dermalogica sent me their Power Bright Dark Serum. I'm a Dermalogica expert, and so I get to try when they have new products, which has been actually pretty nice. They've been sending a lot of stuff lately, which has been great. But yes, I have a lot of dark spots on my skin, so I'm going to just apply it in those areas of concern. So for me, on the cheek, a little bit here, obviously the forehead, and get that on the skin. I just put a little on the back of my hand. I love that it's a pump because I just prefer not to touch products if I don't need to with my fingers. I just feel like less risk of compromising any of those highly active ingredients in there that, you know, can be a little temperamental, so no sense in putting your fingers in it. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Since it's daytime for me, I gotta make sure we put sunscreen. You always wanna make sure you protect your skin with SPF. And currently I am using the Arbonne Intelligence CC Cream Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This is a tinted moisturizer. So I'm gonna put that on in a little bit. I just want this to dry, and I gotta do some other things with my face before I put that on, but that is how I'm gonna protect my skin today. So please let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks, bye.